Calling all you Picassos and Davincis out there. What's up, everyone? Reese with Big Construction Energy. Today I'm going to tell you about the painter that screwed me over and why I'll never use him again. Don't be like this guy. Don't miss this episode. Alright, first and foremost, since I'm going to be talking some smack and running my mouth a little bit, I am not going to tell you the name of this person. This person will know who they are as soon as they hear this, and I do not apologize. It happened. You did it. You know, don't, this could have been made worse, but I'm not like that. I'm not that type of guy. I'm gonna take a smack in the head and keep rolling, turn the other cheek and keep rolling with my life here. So, worked with this contractor, and at the time they did a really, really great job with something that I had them do originally. Now, my background is I used to own 2 nutrition stores, and so I had this general contractor. This is long before I started marketing and getting into everything that we do here at BMSG and BCB. And I had a contractor put together basically a store for me, and they did a phenomenal job. I mean, it was reasonably priced. I mean, they really went above and beyond with everything that they did for me. It was a fair job, fair pay. I mean, it was just a great relationship. I recommended this person several times throughout the years towards different people. They just did a great job. And then they did my house. And naturally, they were the first person that I had in mind to call. So whenever somebody does a good job for me, just like my carpet cleaner just did, I'm apt to call them again whenever I need a similar type of service done for them, right? And so I purchased a new home. This was in 2018, so this is a couple years back now. And, I wanted to get a couple things done. And so just a couple of, whatever, just little things, moving this, shifting that around, that type of thing. And, again, everything was great. I mean, they did do a great job to their credit on this story. But with that said, I put my trust in the wrong person. So, I trusted them to get my house repainted. I was getting all of my rooms redone. So, I mean, I knew it was going to be a big job and everything like that. Trusted them to do a great job. And the result is good, but the bill was not whatsoever. So, not to give you guys numbers, but painters, you know how much it costs. I know how much it costs, and especially now I know how much it costs. And needless to say, my bill for my entire house, mind you, so it wasn't a cheap one, was about 3 times what it should have been. And I said, what is this? Like this is not acceptable, man. Like what are you trying to do here? Like, I know that this bill is way too much, And he comes back and he has this excuse of well, we didn't take the colors of your house back down to primer, and we just tried to coat over them, and all the labor and all the supplies and materials were there. I was like, whoa, hold on. You mean that you didn't do the job correctly, and so you want me to have to pay for that, right? And he's like, oh, well, man, I'll work with you a little bit. And I'm not that type of guy. I'm not one to, after what's been done has been done. I knew that the labor was there. I knew he was a GC. I knew that he had to pay his people. So I wasn't going to, let them go hungry at the table or anything like that. But I'll tell you what, I ain't going to use him no more. I mean, he may have suckered me once, but I'll never use him again for anything. And it's kind of a sad thing. I had a really good relationship with this person, but he screwed it up all over this one circumstance. And I don't think that's uncommon. I think that people, sometimes they get greedy. Maybe their business drops a little bit, and they get into a circumstance where they say, hey, sometimes, like in the case of some of my wealthier clients, quite frankly, I mean, I've seen where, for example, I know somebody whose home is actually smaller than mine, but it's in a much nicer neighborhood, and they actually, when they get quoted for power washing their home, which is literally about half the amount of job from the same company, I've seen where the quote is 3 times as much with that. And Don't do that, please. If you take nothing else from this podcast and listening, please do not ever overcharge somebody just because they can afford it, or because they have the means, or they have this or whatever reason. Do honest work for honest pay. And mind you, I've had a lot of other GC needs since this painter story, but I've never used him again. He may have gotten me once, but he's lost out on so much more ever since then. Especially as we've invested, been fortunate enough to be able to have different types of GC needs and stuff like that. But I mean, I knew what happened. He knew what happened, and it just didn't work out. So if you take nothing else from this show, from this podcast, from this moment in your life, please, on behalf of your customers, listen to the following words. Charge honestly for honest work, please. That's all for now. Talk soon.